Hey, get painted. Number one, pristine, live wire. Hi. How are you guys doing? Hey, Hadia. I love Hadia. Thank you for waving at me, guys, back. Okay, so today I'm just gonna start because I feel like hey, live wire. So I'm just gonna start because I usually I wait about 5 minutes, but there's some stuff I wanted to make sure I go over with everybody. Only because hello, Elaine. So so microneedling, I just want to make sure that everyone knows to go over the areas according to the frequency is the most important thing. To go over the frequency of it. When I say frequency, how many times you do it per week, how many times you do it, a month or whatever, depending upon what areas, you're really concerned with. So I always talk about this card. Literally, I always talk about this card. Hello. I always talk about this card. And it's because it tells you what setting to use for what you want to get done. And then it also suggests, based on the needle, how often you do it. So this is basically, how your skin should react. So the deeper the needle, up here at the top where it says like all of the needle, this is on the website too, like underneath how to use your JUA 85. But literally, like it says, okay, this is how to turn your needle to, whatever, 1.5 millimeters for you to do deep scars or to do stretch marks. And then it says to go back over it every month or so, like that, for 1.5. And let me just double check. I'm sorry, it's even more. So it's about a month and a half. If you see that your skin is responding positively, it's healed, there's no anything, then you can go back over it. But I would not say 2 weeks, 3 weeks. If you're shorten it by a tiny bit. Do not shorten it by like half the time or that kind of thing. So it's really important. That's all I want to share with you guys is that some people found, oh, it's really great when I use it on my skin every day, so I'll use it on 1.5 every day. It really scares me, and I don't want you guys to do that. Use this as a kind of like a rough guide. And if you have any questions, you can email me and say like, can I do this at 2.5 weeks instead of 3 weeks or something like that? So that's all I just want to do is make sure that you guys are really safe and protecting your skin and that kind of thing. So today I am going to do my normal, which is going to be the microneedling all over and go back over this scar that has been getting better. I was looking at some like old posts from YouTube back in the day where I attempted to start on this. It was like the first time I actually attempted to start in it. It was so dark. And so, and it was still dark up until I started treating it for real. So I'm really glad that I have this. And thank you all, everybody new for joining. Is it Quinja, T-Factor, BN Bose. Oops, that's my apartment. And Taiwo. Okay, so I'm going to start. And first things first, like I said, I'm going to put on my serum. And so you're not obligated to use this serum. This is a combination of grapeseed oil. This has geranium oil, which is really good for acne. And it also has black seed oil, which is really good for acne. But you do not have to use this. You can use jojoba oil. You can use, someone asked me the other day, can I use rosehip oil? You use what you want to use best. This is what I feel like works best for me. It is absorbed quickly by the skin. I'm not walking around looking like I put Vaseline on my face. And if you can feel it working too, you can feel the natural oils working. And it's natural, so I don't feel crazy about using it. So I'm about to start now. And I am going to do 0.5. I like 0.5 because it's like one of the areas on here that has like the most check marks. Like, so 0.75 has a lot of check marks and, but 0.5 has a lot and I could keep doing it over and over and over again. So 0.5 takes care of stimulating hair growth. So you could use it on your edges here if you feel like they're thinning, fine wrinkles, acne scars, some light scars, and like it evens out your skin tone. And you can do 0.5 once a week. So I feel very comfortable doing this every single Sunday with you guys. 0.75 is pretty good too, but you have to do it every 2 to 3 weeks. I would do for 0.75. So we'll do that. And I'm gonna try not to get any in my eyeball this time, like I did last time. How are you guys feeling? I feel like self-care, it feels frivolous at this point because we're going through so much. But so when you, okay, so I think it's Jamila. Oh, Jamila. Jamila asked, when you go over the area, when it gets better, when you decide to stop using it, does the skin revert back, or does it actually go away for good? So it goes away for good. Like it's gone. What I like about the microneedling tool is that it also helps you like to get your skin together. So for example, the Soleil laser does help with hyperpigmentation, and it helps with like, if you have spot treatments and you want to go over them, like I have this spot that I've been going over, and it gets rid of it fairly quickly, I think, because I've had this for maybe about 4 or 5 months now. But the thing is that it's whenever you get another pimple, you have to start all over again. So with microneedling, if you make it a part of your routine, you kind of really don't have to worry about getting dark spots as much, and it helps also for the serums and all the other things that you put in your face for them to soak in. And so I don't know, it just works a lot better in the sense that it works with your routine. And I do ship to South Africa, but it tends to be really expensive. So I don't know. I'm trying to figure out a way so that I can get everybody involved. And the microneedling actually does work for hyperpigmentation. It's just that it's a different type of process. So it works for even tone. I'm going to post some results for you guys soon. It works for hyperpigmentation, acne scars, all of that as well. There's been some really, really good results, especially if you have like any kind of pitted acne. I have a little bit of like raised areas from acne that I've had before in my past, and it's been helping to like take those down. So like it's evening out my skin tone in that way. But yeah. So, okay, so I'm going to start here. Let me just make sure that I'm on the right. See, I was at 2, and I would be wilding because that would hurt. You got to make sure that you have it on, like, anything that's, like, 0.0 to, like, 1 is not really going to hurt. But if you start taking it up to, like, 1.5, 2, that's when you need to use some of that numbing cream because it's going to be annoying. And it's not going to be, like, painful where you can't take it, but it's going to hurt. So going over, like I always say, I say back and forth. And then I say up and down, and then I say to go side to side. And the redness like persists for a couple of hours. And I really like that, like if I was gonna I could do this early in the day and then still go out like that night. I mean, I'm not going anywhere because it's coronavirus, but if I wanted to go out later on today, I could. Yeah. Okay, so hyperpigmentation. So hyperpigmentation between the thighs is a really tricky thing, because it's basically like rubbing. It's because of the skin rubbing together, and I have that as well. And you know, it's a very sensitive area. It's very sensitive skin, so you can use the Soleil laser there, but you have to be very, very careful because the skin in between your legs that are very sensitive. The reason why these patches of skin are getting so dark is because they're sensitive. Just like people who have like maybe their upper lip is getting dark, it's because their skin is sensitive. So you have to test it, is what I would say. The JUA definitely would work actually for between the thighs because it helps to regenerate skin. So it would be regenerating your skin to be new, but it's just that it would come back. So like I had that same issue is the hyperpigmentation between your thighs, and it'll help, but you have to make sure that you don't do anything like maybe you, I don't know, put deodorant between your thighs or something, because I have that where, you know, thick girls have to put deodorant between their thighs. But make sure that you don't get, you know, basically bring it back. That's the one thing. So I do definitely recommend it, but I just, you know, am saying that some of these things can come back because it's like the way your body would be set up. It's so crazy because I've seen some videos where people use microneedling to on their necks. Like older women have used it on their necks because they want to tighten their neck skin. And you can do skin tightening, it just hurts because that's like the highest setting, and it's very sensitive skin there. And pull it taut. Hey Ariana, Makelda, Tiff. Is it IMP? But yeah, my skin is not gonna be like super red for too long, and I can go out after this. So I'm really happy about that. I did also want to touch on aftercare. You can't just like exfoliate after this and do your normal. Like you do need to worry about putting on maybe some protectant like SPF. You can't just like exfoliate. You take about I would take about 72 hours before I start exfoliating again. You know, harsh chemicals, like if you have like harsh prescription type medication, I would not just put that on right after, because it's like I said, it's going to be opening, your pores are open, your skin is open to receive everything, and it'll receive that really harsh medication, and it'll just be like overboard versus it being the normal. Okay, so Dabbing says, does the laser tighten the skin, or is it just for discoloration? It is just for discoloration. This is actually for skin tightening, which is crazy. That it does so much. And then for you to do skin tightening, all you have to do is put it on like somewhere between 1.5 and 2.5 and just go over the skin, because it's evening your skin tone. It does so much. Basically, it's just regenerating new skin for you. That's the best part about it. So this JUA 85 is really good tool for everything. The Soleil Laser is for quick results with discoloration. I always recommend this tool as a baseline tool, and if you find that it's taking you a long time to get like a dark spot light, you can get, you know, the Soleil Laser to just do a spot treatment or something like that. But this does like everything, and then you would use the Soleil Laser for spot treatments for hyperpigmentation and that kind of thing. Like if you have like maybe melasma or like a dark spot, like have this dark spot here, or you know, a patch or something like that you're concerned about, then I would do that. But basically this tool is like the everything tool, and I've seen results from this in every single way to know that this is the everything tool. And then there's the discoloration that you'll deal with specifically with the Soleil Laser. So some people buy both, which is, you know, fine with me if you want to buy both, but I would start with the JUA 85 first, and you probably will see a lot of results there. So, okay. So now we're gonna move on. I want to make sure everything's rubbed in, all of my stuff that I put on my face. Thank you guys for staying on. Okay, yeah, so I did talk about aftercare a little bit though. And yes, just put on SPF, please. Don't do anything too crazy to your face. Don't use exfoliants. Don't, you know, use the harsher medications that you normally would use. Just for harsh medications, exfoliation, 72 hours, just give it a break. Just do normal washes, light cleanses, things like that. Don't try to like overpower your face, because it's not going to be good. Okay, so what am I doing? I am putting on ultrasound gel. Somebody said to me, do I need ultrasound gel? And the reality is that I tried it without ultrasound gel, and it didn't work as well. So there's no point in you buying a product that doesn't work as well without ultrasound gel. You know, that doesn't work like as well, you know. Basically, buy the ultrasound gel is what I'm trying to get at. Use it. It's only $5. You get this big bunch. You can use it forever. I was trying to get ultrasound gel to sell on the site. It's just annoying with coronavirus to try to get anything right now, but I'm trying. So get this ultrasound gel because it helps a lot, and it helps to distribute the product a little bit easier. The way that the Soleil works is that it like makes little tiny dots, and those dots are like aiming at the specific area, that dark spot that you're going for. So if I had like a freckle I was trying to get rid of, I could literally just add the freckle, like pinpoint the freckle right there. Or if I wanted to get rid of like this dark spot is like a little bit of a larger area, or like a small medium area, you can just like hit the dots all over. And then so that's why I'm disintegrating it piece by piece, little by little. So that's what I recommend to do, is to just put the ultrasound gel and then go over it, you know. And I know that if everyone remembers like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, all of that from when you were a kid, but just do it for one second. Do 1 Mississippi, just move on. 1 Mississippi, move on. Like, don't leave it on there for too long. You can, you know, this is like professional grade technology, so you don't want to do anything that would harm your skin too much. So keep it on a 9 frequency, 1 intensity, in just like 1 second, and then it really works well. So, hey, okay. All right, so let's start. I put on my ultrasound gel. I'm not going to put on any numbing cream because I don't need it, because I'm not going to OD. So, and if you have a large area, there are areas that are more sensitive. So like bikini lines are very sensitive areas. So I would use numbing cream there because it might tingle a little bit, and I don't want to feel that. So I would put numbing cream there. And if I'm sitting home watching TV, why not just put it on there so I can have a painless experience? But this is not going to hurt me at all. And so again, I have my laser here where I have my frequency on 9, and then I have my intensity. Oh, let me go back down. I'm sorry. Frequency on 9, intensity on 1. So you see that like one tiny bar here, tiny bar. That is because I want to make sure that, you know, nothing's going to harm my skin. There's no reason to ramp it up at this moment. You always want to make sure that you patch test it first and are really careful, because the last thing I want is for anyone to harm themselves. So just start with 9, 1, see what happens. If you're okay with the results, then you can up the intensity. So you just go through the intensities on 1 by 1 until you get to the next level. So that's 2. I don't know if you can see that actually. That's 3, that's 4. And then if you get there and it's perfectly fine, then, you know, take it to 8 and see what happens there. So I'm gonna bring my bag down though, and I'm gonna start. And what I noticed is that I kept focusing on like this middle area. And so all those little dots were in that middle area. And so I really wanted to go over like the bottom area. I wasn't seeing as many results on the edges. And so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try to focus my laser and remember where the center of this would be, and focus on the bottom parts of that. So my extension cord is not moving. Okay, here we go. You see I'm doing 1 Mississippi? So your skin should heal. I do have some hair on my face, so you might see that kind of reaction to that. But what you want to do is that you want to, you know, go over with little dots on the area. Am I getting the bottom? That's what I really want to make sure I get. So just going over it. And so what happens is by day 3 or day 4, you'll see like your skin will be probably peeling a little bit, and then it'll be gone by day 4. And then you'll be able to see the results fully, probably around 4 or 5. When I say results fully, like the immediate results, there are longer term results that you can see that happen about 3 weeks later. So the melanin is dissipated, and then it gets reabsorbed by your body. And so it takes like up to 3 weeks for that to happen. It can take as little as 1 week for that to happen. So you'll start to see some results probably like day 4, day 5. Then week 1, week 2, you'll start to see that it's like lightening up. And so I just keep doing it with you guys every single week, so you get to see like my progressive results as things go. I think you get painted. I really like that painted. It's really cute. So yeah, that was a really good question, Trillo Goddess. With the laser, I usually see something, like I said, I usually see something within 1 week. But that's because I take a picture and I'm like analyzing it to the T, because that's the only way that I'll feel like, okay, it's working. And, you know, so that's the best way to do it. Yeah. So I think that, working on your area and then looking for your results, taking pictures is always good. So, yeah, you'll be able to see those results. And I mean, I think it's a little bit longer for stuff like, so when you're using the microneedling pen, it takes a little bit longer to see those type of results. But when you see them, it's like amazing. Like I've seen some 3-week results that have been crazy, and I can't wait to post them, but I'm waiting for the approvals for those type of things. But yes, so Makelda, or am I saying it right? Do you want to email me, or I haven't seen the full question yet. But does anyone else have any questions? And maybe we can I'll get back to Makelda's question at the end, or I'll look for your message. So is everyone else okay? Any other things that you want to talk about? Oh, a particular ultrasound gel brand to buy you would recommend. How long do you leave the ultrasound gel in the area after you do the treatment? You can take it right off. Here it is. I was like, I couldn't find what I did with my my handy dandy towel, but this is like, you literally can just wipe it off. You can rinse your face afterwards too. But like I said, you would use like a really, really light cleanser. You wouldn't use anything that was like too crazy on your skin, not like an acne, salicylic acid, benzoyl peroxide, anything. Just use something that is, like, you know how you see providers say like Dove soap, or literally if you want to wash your face, just wash it with a very natural soothing cleanser, something that's hypoallergenic, things like that, so that you don't have any issues or worry about that. What products I use before the microneedling pen? Before the microneedling pen, I wash my face normally because by then I've waited a couple of days or a week. So I am very, very happy to be using my products again. I've waited my time that I was supposed to do, waited my 72 hours. So I've exfoliated, I've done everything that I wanted to do. Now I start to put on my serum, which I have the one JUA serum, which is basically a mixture of oils, of natural oils that are really good for acne prone skin. And I put that on because you need something that will help you slide over the skin fairly easily. I've seen people do it with water, but I would not recommend that. And I say that oil works really well. So would you use the JUA on the orbital eye area? I would not, because it's not going to do anything. I would not. Okay, so the orbital, so this area here, I've had this since I was a kid. I've had dark circles under my eyes since I was a child. And it's because I don't have enough fat pads underneath here. And so, this is what makes this light. This is what makes this dark, is the fat pads. That's why people put fillers, so they can put some space between their blood vessels and you can't see them basically on your face. So there's no reason to use this. You could use it here, but I would not be using it this is the orbital eye area to me. Where you start feeling that bone is where the orbital eye, so I would not use that. But that's a good question, because a lot of people want to use the solar laser there too, and there's really no benefit to using it there. Are you developing an at-home removal device? I am developing an at-home hair removal device. It is in progress, and I tell you, it is expensive. I'm like choosing between whether I can basically plan a wedding at some point in my life, buy a house at some point in my life, or get this hair removal device. And I really, really, really want to get this hair removal device to you guys, because I think it's so important, and I think it'd be a really good investment in my own community, especially during these rough times. Do any of these products help diminish facial hair? So Shardy, is it Shardy Be Fit? Yes, Shardy Be Fit. I am working on that. I'm working on it. It doesn't diminish the help of facial hair. It doesn't help yet, but it will. It'll be 2 months before the hair removal device prototypes are complete, and then after that, then it'll be probably with all the FDA clearance and testing. It'll probably be like another, I don't know, it might be a year before it gets to market. That's with a lot of pushing and a lot of effort. So I'm trying to get it to y'all fast, because that also is an Nd:YAG laser that will help to lighten the skin overall as well. So like when you get the hair removal, when you start using it on your bikini lines, it'll lighten the area as well. So I'm really excited about that one too. Or your armpits and things like that. The parts that are dark, you know, it'll help with that. Now, I don't know, I still don't know if that one would help, you know, like between the thighs, but yeah. You know what? Get painted, you may. You know what? Get painted, you may be. I'm looking for all types of skin tones for people to be testing the hair removal device, because I want it to work. It's called the Fitzpatrick scale, and it scales 4 through I think it's 4, 5, and 6. 4, 5, and 6. 6 being the darkest individuals, the deepest skin tones, the most amount of melanin. So I want all skin tones to be trying it because I don't want any issues. I'm gonna be sending it back and forth to my manufacturers, and I want to know everything that's wrong. So we will be having beta testers. So I'll keep you. Email me, lisa@bell51.com, so that I can add you to the list of testers of people who will voluntarily help me get this hair removal device off the ground. So yeah. Any other questions? Thank you for joining. I really appreciate everybody for joining during this rough time. I do think it's still important that we take care of ourselves. Like, this is just, it's a lot. It's a lot for us to deal with at this moment. And it's like just taking 30 minutes to be like, okay, I'm gonna just do something nice for myself is really good. Really good. So, and thank you guys for joining anyway. And no, there is no ultrasound gel. I forgot. I don't know if I replied to that, but no ultrasound gel that I would particularly recommend. But so, and my little sister just joined, Mel.Demi. So, is that it? Is that all for you lovely, lovely people this evening? If you want to email me, you can email me, lisa@bell51.com, or you can DM me, or come back here next week, or whatever you want to do. Also, I'd love to open up this platform to have people join me on like testing. Like if somebody wants to use their Bell 51 anything while I'm using my Bell 51 anything, we could do this together. We could talk about it. So just DM me before, and then we could do it together on live. I'd love to do that. I'd love to see that. So, okay. I will be heading out, and I thank you again for joining me. And I will be posting this on IGTV and also on YouTube. So, thank you. Bye, everybody. Bye.